What's going on, guys? It's TriForce. I have something new for you guys. I decided to go out and do all the stops to make sure that this particular message was done as professionally as possible. Big shout outs to the Lab Video Game TV, because it's in their studio that I'm actually doing this, because what I got to talk to you guys today about is very important. So we got to start from the beginning. It's kind of like a story. Last year, I don't think it was last year, I think it was like late 2017, early 2018. A company called me up and asked me to use some footage from our YouTube site, Arcadia, and had everything to do with Justin Wong. And I wanted to make sure that whatever footage that they were going to use regarding Justin Wong, that it was properly representing Justin Wong and representing Empire Arcadia as a whole. And the company said that they couldn't promise that it would be used in that format. They just wanted to be able to purchase the use of it. We then tried to just negotiate how it could be used, but unfortunately, we couldn't come to an agreement, and that was fine. The company declined on using the footage anymore, and we declined, and we went our separate ways. After that, the Score eSports created a few pieces on Justin Wong regarding his history in gaming. One of them is about Marvel with him and Yipes. The other one is about Justin Wong's story getting into esports. And we noticed something that, there's footage in there that has me in it without my consent. And although they use it in a transformative point of view, the problem here is that they kind of made the story go one way, where the story was Justin Wong started his competitive gaming professionalism with Evil Genius. They completely omit the first 10 years of him with Empire Arcadia, like it didn't even exist. His national championship at the GameStop National Championship didn't exist. All those things. That's fine. We had no problems with that. The only issue is that the footage that they used were from the King of Chinatown movie, which I am a creative director of. They didn't understand that I actually had some ownership in the King of Chinatown footage, but they used it anyway. So I called my colleague Calvin Theobald. We contacted them to rectify this, and they fixed it. That was the first issue. That was done. Okay, so now step into 2019. Recently, the Score eSports created a new video called the Top 10 Worst Tournaments Yet, or All Time, one of the two. And for somehow, I was involved in this feature. And what they posted in the video was that at number 3, I am the organizer of the Video X Games that happened in St. Martin in 2013. Now, as many of you guys know, I had nothing to do with the organization of a VXG. I, like Mike Ross, like Gutex, and many others in the US were contracted by the Video X Games committee and their organization and the executives to promote their tournament as a experience for esports gamers on the island. So it was to promote that it was going to be the greatest tournament of the time, because you get to come there, have party, island, women, drinks, food, water, all that type of stuff, plus competition, and $30,000 in cash prizes or whatever the case are. So our job was to promote that, in which we did. When I stood on the Nintendo Switch line for, no, actually it was a Nintendo Wii U line, sorry about that. When I stood on the line for the Nintendo Wii U waiting for them, I even did a piece on CNET where I actually promoted the event. Mike Ross and Gutex used Cross Counter to promote the event. The On Blast show with James MK used his platform to promote it. So there was a lot of different American figures in the fighting game community that promoted this tournament. The Score eSports did not contact me, did not contact VXG. I don't know who they contacted. They must have checked Reddit. In any event, them checking Reddit or Arcappa, on Reddit, they found out from them that I somehow created the event, and that is not true. I did not create the event. I just promoted the event. The event was created by Jeff, I forgot his last name, and Rolando Bryson. That was the president and the vice president of VXG, and they had a committee. Now, despite that there were problems with VXG actually happened, they started it and they ended it. there were some issues with paying out funds and stuff like that. That's got nothing to do with me. In fact, a lot of people don't know the funds came from the St. Martin government. I am not from St. Martin. I am not a citizen of St. Martin. So there's no way for me to have gotten that money or whatever. The people in St. Martin who hosted the event, they're the ones who went to the St. Martin tourism or whatever, and then they got that funding from them to be able to put up that money. That's how they were able to pay to fly people in. That's how they were able to pay they were able to pay all the promoters. Although they didn't pay me all my money, they paid me the majority of my money, but they paid out everyone. It just took a long amount of time. So it wasn't that bad the way the Score Esports made it, because people still got paid. One of the issues that was wrong with it was the bracketing, the actual organizing of the tournament, and the streaming. And I did none of those. I'm not trying to put anyone on blast or anything, but the people that were involved in that and those are jobs, those were those people. That had nothing to do with me. Yet the Score Esports recognized me or appointed me as the organizer of the event, and that it was solely my fault. They didn't include anyone else. They didn't mention anyone else's name. They didn't talk about who was the people streaming. They didn't talk about who did the tournament brackets. They didn't talk about who organized the entire event. They didn't talk about who was supposed to do the payout. Nothing. They put all of that, they just brushed it over and said TriForce of Empire Arcadia. And I felt that was just like a hit piece, because there's no way for you to go and do that without you should do your due diligence. They should have went and looked to see who ran the tournament. Going on Reddit and reading what people write on Reddit, anyone can write anything on Reddit. It doesn't mean it's facts. Reddit's just a forum where people can post their opinions or their truth to a matter. There's always three sides to every story. Your side, my side, and then the truth. And I think that's where they went to do that. Unfortunately, it's just it's a bad situation overall, because I work with a lot of organizations. I've done promotions for a lot of organizations. I've done promotions for Guinness World Record. I've done promotions with Nintendo. I've done promotions with MTV and a lot of different organizations. And that's actually what my bread and butter is, because that's on my resume. I do a lot of promotions. I've done promotions in St. Martin, done promotions in Africa, done promotions in France, done promotions in Jamaica, done promotions in the US. So I live off of this. And for them to create this content and publish it is slanderous and libel to my name and my profession. And a lot of you guys know I'm a content creator on YouTube for video games. So with this out and over 100,000 plus people watching it, if someone wants to hire me to promote their tournament, especially what you guys know what I'm trying to do with the Africa eSports Championships and my brethren's back on the motherland, this hurts what I'm trying to do. People in the comment section have written to the Score Esports and told them, hey, you guys got it wrong. TriForce was not the tournament organizer, etc., etc. But we've gotten no response from the Score Esports. So I've decided to make this video because I want to say my side and clear the air about any narrative being drawn up against me and me hosting bad tournaments and things of that nature. They even had a thing where one of our players at the time, Flocker, was into a match with Chris G. Something happened in the match and people are saying it's collusion. And by saying I'm the tournament organizer and I have one of my players in my own tournament that I'm organizing that's having a match that's colluding with Chris G, they're pretty much saying I'm rigging the tournaments for my players to win. But it's not my tournament. So this is just crazy on so many levels. And it just goes to show you that people continuously go out of their way to not do their due diligence. This is completely unprofessional and it's actually harming me. So this message is for the Score Esports. Please make the correction. I don't know how you guys are going to do it, but please make the correction and remove my name from that. I had nothing to do with the organization of the VXG tournament in St. Martin in 2012, 2013, 2014, or ever in the future. I was never an executive. I was never in any capacity involved with the organization of VXG. They literally contracted me, like they contracted many other gamers in the United States, to simply promote their tournament. That's normal. And that was the end of it. So please make the corrections to this video because it is hurting my livelihood. Thank you guys for watching this. I'll see you guys in the next video.